Week 3 action continues this evening from Vipe Sports Stadium in Houston, Texas, as the Houston Headhunters host the Alamo City Artillery. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and with me in the booth, the one and only Gerald Smith. With us keeping track of stats, Dwayne Schindler, Zachary Hamburger. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Gerald, how you doing tonight?
Interested to see the wardrobe of the one, Greg Soto, tonight.
I think that's the only reason he wanted to even call this game. But we got a pair of undefeated teams, 2-0, South Division rivals. Break it down for us.
Both teams come into week 3 with a top 5 scoring offense, and both also have a top 6 scoring defense. Despite Alamo City having a top 6 scoring defense, they rank 3rd worst in the league in yards allowed per game. But they have forced the most turnovers in the league through 2 weeks, which has allowed them to be undefeated to this point in the season. Quarterback Ace Finnick has been a big reason for their offensive production with his efficient passing, which is number 2 in the league, and has not thrown an interception through the first 2 weeks. Houston is number 3 in total defense and is also number 3 against the pass as well. They will present a challenge for the Alamo City passing attack. Houston also has on offense the number 2 rushing offense with the 1-2 punch of Josh Slapp and JP Wells. Whichever team can execute their game plan the best should see themselves at 3-0.
Well, as Matt Wilson would say, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. Alamo City wearing white and yellow. They got the ball to start the game off.
Is it legit yellow, or is it like a gold?
It's like a canary.
A canary yellow?
Yeah, maybe a mustard.
Maybe the Boston Alamo City, it's like a gold. Or is it yellow?
It's canary.
Canary yellow.
Yeah. Ace Finnick under center. Get things started. Brad Jones, Rainstorm are the halfbacks. Jones on the field to get the game started. He takes the carry up the middle. Good for a gain of 3. Wide receivers are Kenny Hendricks, Ziggy Ronick, Yayo Montana, and Vin Calia. The tight ends, your boy Blue, Garrison Blue, and Hank Earl Troll. On the offensive line, Jamarcus Candy, David Parker, Yogi Bard, Charles Michael, and Jukin Rukin. 4 down linemen for the Headhunters. Ball is handed off right up the gut to Blue. Did they just use a tight end in as a fullback? That's so weird. Who would do that?
They did. I remember a team last night did it. It didn't equal to a win or nothing, but
well, we tried. Tried and failed. Finnick on 3rd down and 2. I formation. He's going to hand the ball back off to Brad Jones.
ooh,
Jones breaking tackles, getting the first down. Let's roll through the starting defense for Houston. On the defensive line, Alex Perez, Denzel Maverick, Anthony Stover, and KT Slayer. At linebacker, Jason Peace, Garrett Evans, Chris Britton III. The secondary for Houston, Mike Bird, John Barnhart, Kai Cash, Guy Incognito, Brady Clark, Al Ingram III, and Blake Preen. 1st down and 10 from their own 39. First run of the night for Rainstorm. He'll gain 7, 2nd down and 3.
yeah, and they're just cutting right through the Houston defense right now in the run game. So, I mean, they're actually looking really, really crisp coming in right here. Maybe it's that bright yellow, bright gold. I seen, owner Damon Simeon said, "Hey, these uniforms are bright. Are they blinding them out to start?"
Jones caught up in the backfield, tackled for a loss on the play. He'll lose a single yard last week against the Motor City V8s. Brad Jones, 17 carries, 81 yards, had a rushing touchdown as well. Rainstorm, 9 carries, 33 yards. So the run game not heavily featured, but over 100 yards combined. Fennick to throw. And tipped and picked off, tipped and picked off. Running back the other way with it. All the way to the Houston 45-yard line. That's Brady Clark getting the pick and shutting down Alamo City's opening drive.
Yeah, that almost looked like it was like the immaculate reception way back in the day. He just kind of got bounced out. He picked it right off the ground right there, it looked like. But what a way to start, especially after the Alamo City offense was kind of driving down and they didn't really have much of an answer in the run game there. Right there in the pass, able to get one batted up and and then turn the tide. And they got really, really good starting field position at their own 45.
Brady Clark leads the team all-time in interceptions. That's his 72nd interception on his career. Top 10 all-time in the pick game, behind Kanye Rockefeller, who's currently got 75. First carry of the day for G.P. Wells. That one goes for a gain of 4. The quarterback, Dave Burr. You just saw halfback G.P. Wells. He's joined in the backfield by Josh Slapp and Dan Curtis, the fullback. The wide receivers, Mike St. Green, C.J. Parrish, Ryan Davis, D.R. Sim, the legendary Hall of Famer D.R. Sim, and Greg Corky. The tight ends, Day, Z, Peace, and another Hall of Famer, Tiberius Bovine. 2nd and 6. The pitch down to the bottom. Josh Slapp gets the carry. Gain of 5, 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, and they pitched it out to Josh Slapp and was able to get the edge, and good, edge blocking right there, because Alamo City put a lot of people in the box right there, and they was able to pitch it out and, pick up 5 right there.
Kenny Cook, Barry Simeon, and Sarah Bergens are on the offensive line for Houston, opening up some running lanes. Might see another run here on 3rd and 1. And we do indeed. Dive right up the gut. G.P. Wells gets the first down, moves the chains, fresh set of downs. The Alamo City defensive line, Stephen Fellows II, Robert Thump, Tina Begin, and Jabu McSlim, the linebackers, Zach Benjamin, Jay Mart, Bogey Barr, and Rob Forker. The secondary, Jukin Rukin Jr., Michaela Forker, Ron Hoff, Mickey McGuire, Bo Martin Jr., and the safeties, Rain Rie, Willie Bands, and Albert Begin. That run goes to Josh Slapp. And Gerald, every time I look at Rain Rie's name, I know when I say it, you die inside just a little bit.
I do. Coming from the swaps and the Cajun sayings of it, and I'm like, it's just not correct.
Spelled row in your mind.
It is. I'm still going to say it.
Burr, short drop. Oh, wide open. D.R. Sim, and a rare incompletion heading his way. Ball was a little high and behind him. 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, the Hall of Famer, he typically doesn't miss those like that. If he gets a fingernail on it, he's actually pulling it in. But, way to go right here for Alamo City, right? It was a little bit of a bad throw on the offensive side, but, they got a 3rd and long.
Empty backfield, 5 wide. 5-step drop for Burr, rolls out to his right. Pressure coming, throws, and that one's picked off. One-handed interception. Jay Mart, he's still going. No. Oh, steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line. What a return after the pick by Jay Mart.
Jay Mart jumped and one-handed that thing. It didn't even look like he was even had a chance at it. He just jumped up and just one-handed, and then he had some nifty moves on the run back. Watch him try to elude the quarterback. Like he didn't want to truck him, but he did, and run out of bounds. But what a way to get the ball back, and now you can just kind of reset it. It almost seems like they can just continue on with what they were doing on their previous drive before the interception.
Jay Mart, believe it or not, one of the interception leaders so far this season. He's got 3 now on the season, and not too shabby for the inside linebacker. Roll out to the right for Bennett. He'll throw and nearly gave it right back to Houston.
And might we add, that was actually Ace Finnick's first interception on the previous drive that he's thrown this season. That has been a really, really big point of success for them in the passing game, is Ace Finnick staying clean. And, his last 2 passes, one was picked off, and this one right here was kind of in traffic, it looks like, in double coverage. So seems like Houston is prepped for that coming into this week.
2nd down and 10 from the 39. Big boy Blue in motion up to the top. Fennick rolls up that direction, looks, throws over the middle, and finds his target, Vin Calia. Good for another Alamo City first down.
Yeah, Vin Calia via London through Minnesota. Now at Alamo City, one of the most productive wide receivers, that the SFL has seen in recent memory, right? So here he is. They're able to pick him up and team up with, Yale, Montana, Ziggy Ronick.
The broadcast booth is sticky.
With the Mountain Dew.
Little soda mishap at the beginning of the game. I got so excited. It went everywhere. But I digress. Rainstorm Good for a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, but it didn't sound right. When you said it, just didn't sound right. Think about what you said. It's a family show.
I don't even know where your brain's going. I formation on 2nd down. Ball is handed off once again to Jones. Whoa. With room to run, breaking tackles inside the 30 and tackled down at about the 23-yard line. 1st down for Alamo City. The run game doing good for him so far.
Run game is doing really, really well, right? They're actually finding some stuff, and they're getting really good blocking up there. I mean, they haven't really been stopped in the run like hardly at all this game. And you can tell, right, that they're actually noticing that, Houston seems to be vulnerable, at least early on, to the run, especially kind of right up the middle, right off the tackles and everything else. So, it seems like Houston's kind of keen on the pass, and Alamo City's taking what the defense is giving right now and actually running pretty well.
These two division rivals, familiar foes. They met twice in season 21. Alamo City winning both of those games. A nice pass down the right side. Yayo Montana getting involved. 1st down and goal. Brad Jones, we've already seen him rushing a few times tonight, Gerald. He's got 27 yards on the day. In their last 2 meetings, Brad Jones ran for 23 carries, 113 yards, and 27 carries, 185 yards, and 3 touchdowns, respectively. He seems to have Houston's number. He runs all over him.
Yeah, and he's actually one of the guys that was part of this huge, running back draft class
there
a few seasons
Pitch
ago.
Up top, Brad Jones. Can he make it into the end zone? He does. Touchdown, artillery.
And it just shows just what I was saying. He was part of one of the best running back draft classes ever to come out of the minor leagues. And what does he do right here? He actually proves it how strong he is and how much he can carry a team. We're actually, essentially dragging a guy for the last 3 yards into the end zone.
Bo Martin Jr. agrees with you. My comments did not sound right at all. I don't know. I'm sticking to the table. Oh, I get it now. I just thought back to what I was saying. No, yeah, you're right. Wow, that's disturbing on multiple levels.
Yes, sir. So Alamo City just scored.
I mean, I did get excited about the game, though.
That
South Division matchup, man. Extra point is up and good. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome to the madness. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server. Not one person said pause, Mike O'Neill says. Join our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button. Begin your career or just meet the stars of the SFL both on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved.
Well, that was quite the first. I guess I would lump that together as one drive, right?
Almost,
even
yeah.
though I know it's 2, like for Alamo City, because they were able to get a quick stop with that pickoff from Houston, and able just basically to continue on with how their drive started. Was able to finish it there.
Burr hands this one off to get Houston's second drive started. GP Wells with the carry.
Oh, no.
And he is down. GP Wells down for the count. Medical staff will take a look at him.
And that's a big loss, because coming into this week, he actually led the league in rushing coming in this week, in attempts rushing, and actually touchdown scored. So that's a really, really big loss right now for them. Hopefully he's going to be okay and be able to come back in, because he's a huge part of the success Houston has had early on.
Josh Slapp in his second season, he'll get the bulk of the carries now for Houston. Slapp right on cue. Flexes out wide to the left.
8 men in the box there.
They're going to hand this one off. That one goes to Dan Curtis, the fullback. He'll gain enough for a first down. He's a beefy fullback.
He's a large man. Large man. He's not overly tall. I don't know. He just looks like he's got muscles.
He's 6'3". How tall are you? I'm just asking questions.
Like,
Don't look at me there.
I'm like 5'9", man. Why you gotta do me like that?
Well, I am sorry.
No, you're not.
Ahmad Galloway gets the carry on first down. He is the number 3 halfback on this depth chart, filling in for Slap on that last carry. Split backs in the backfield, 3 wide receiver set. Burr rolls out to the right, throws to the right, and swatted away by Bo Martin Jr., 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Bo Martin Jr., right? He actually, re-signed with the team. He was a part of the team, and then apparently he decided to just, go on a beach in Hawaii or something for a few seasons. And
don't blame him.
He's obviously, doing something good on the beach because here he is, shows up in shape, making plays.
That's it. 5 wide on 3rd down and 10. Burr has time. Pressure coming, though. Throws over the middle and has his target, Mike St. Green, getting involved in the action and moving the chains. Couldn't do anything on 1st or 2nd down, Gerald, but a huge gain on 3rd.
For a man who cooks and got the nickname MSG, that's an ingredient. I'm sure Mike knows he's the man that cooks.
I'm familiar.
Very good. Yeah, you use MSG?
I never have, but I've heard that it's a great substitute for salt. Yes. And I do like salt. So.
Well, I don't know. I needed to. We need to find out if Mike St. Green used to use MSG in his food.
We'll find out. Pitch down to the bottom, stuffed in the backfield, Slap going nowhere. They're actually going to spot that one back at the line, Gerald. No gain or loss on the play. Looked like a TFL from up here.
Yeah, it looked like a clear loss of yardage, but they give him somewhat of forward progress there. But yeah, I think with Josh Slap starts running, man, if he starts getting tired and not having GP Wales, in there to kind of spell or help out, I just think they might have to change philosophy just a tad bit.
3 receiver set on 2nd down. Burr once again rolls to the left, throws to the right, and the doctor gets the catch. DR Sim. Another Houston 1st down.
Yeah, he sit there, he jumps out, and, you would think he'd be, him being a Hall of Famer would be the leading, reception getter on the team, but here he is, a little bit of a thing kind of thrown out of place and behind him, not where he needs to be, but when you're a Hall of Famer, you can reach your hands out and grab that in there, because I know Mike St. Green is their leading reception getter so far this season, but it's always good to have a Hall of Famer and the good hands he got and able to find himself open.
Never hurts. Burr, pressure on its way, gets it to Mike St. Green again. MSG with another 1st down.
Yeah, and that's his 9th reception on the season right there, and he's actually picking up chunk yardage. Believe it or not, that man's averaging, coming into this week, over 20 yards per reception, and this one here was close to about 15. So, yeah, Mike St. Green doing DR Sim things, shall I say.
Sure is. 4 receptions, 72 yards last week in their 1-point victory over the Queen City Corsairs. Played himself a nice game. Yeah, DR Sim, a quieter season than seasons past. Actually had no receptions last week. Ball is handed off to Slap. Stuffed at the line again. They'll spot him a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, they're actually inching closer to the end zone. Got themselves, inside the red zone at the 14-yard line. This is a very, very good, bounce-back drive for Houston after turning the ball over on their last one. Look at the pressure.
Oh, hit as he throws, and they'll rule that one incomplete. Wasn't sure if it came loose before he tossed it forward or not.
Yeah, I believe that was Robert Thump that came in there and kind of applied the pressure right up the middle. Could be wrong. Didn't get a very good look at it. But very, very good pressure just right up the middle.
That was Joe Boo McSlim.
Joe Boo
McSlim getting in there. Burr, quick throw, and it goes right to J Mart again. His 2nd pick on the day, 4th on the season. And Alamo City takes back over. Back-to-back drives by Houston and in a pick to J Mart.
And back-to-back drives where they turn the ball over in Alamo City territory where it looks like they were just kind of just looking like a well-oiled machine. going down there and doing stuff. J Mart, the one-time All-Star, gets his second pick of the game.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
That guy is a menace. Ace Fennick starts off into zone 8. Thrown 4 passes so far, and this one's completed 2. 7 total carries between the 2 backs. And down goes Fennick. Firing into the backfield, Chris Britton the third.
Yeah, Chris Britton coming in there and just look, and that's the way to do it, right? You turn the ball over and you get them exactly where they're at, and you make that tackle right there, and you keep on pinning them back. If they can keep applying pressure, now Alamo City's gonna have to be careful what they do right here. I wouldn't want to get myself in a too many passing situations being this close, because you know they're gonna want to bring pressure right off the edge. Very
Draw
good
play,
call.
yeah. Draw play to Rain Storm. Gets them a little bit out of the shadow of their own goalpost, and we'll have a 3rd down and 6 to get the second quarter started. 1 down, 3 to go. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. We'll be back to Houston right after this. Stay with us. One of the many beautiful sights in Houston. Aerial coverage of today's game is provided by Dags Drone Works, aerial photography and videography services for real estate events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com, or just send me a DM, whatever works for you. First, it's going to be 3rd down and 6 from the 11-yard line. Fennick throws and incomplete. Pass is broken up. Tried to connect with Kalia. Can't do it.
Yeah, it was a bang play there. It was very, very good coverage by the defender, and right when Callie tried to reach out for it, he actually got hit. So very good defense, being able to not allow Alamo City to pick up a 1st down, and they're still kind of, they're punting from their own end zone. So Houston should get favorable field position to start their next drive.
Danny Dimes punts this one away for Alamo City, standing back at his own 45-yard line and returning it. Ryan Davis, there was a flag on the return. It looked like a block in the back.
Yeah, he got blocked in the back right in front of the guy. You couldn't miss that one.
Yeah.
If the referee pushed him right in the back. It looked like one of them schoolyard pushes, right? When one kid makes the other kid mad, and he's like, I'm waiting, he turns around and push him in the back. That's exactly what it looked like there.
Oh, here you go. Will you be able to see it again?
Yeah, right. Bam.
Oh.
He just cooked.
Oh.
He hit him in the back of the knee.
Oh. What are you doing?
Or did he flop? He kind of flopped. It was like a little bit of a flopping.
John Lynch, backup strong safety, the aggressor. 1st down and 10. Dave Burr back out on the field. Gerald, he's completed 3 passes to Houston players, 2 passes to J Mart of Alamo City.
Yeah, and J Mart ain't playing around. I mean, those 2 picks probably put him in a league lead. He's got 4 on the season.
Josh Slapp still in charge of the carries for Houston right now. Gains nothing on that one. GP Wells still out at the moment. Keep an eye out for him. See if he comes back. 2nd down and 10. Team stat comparison thus far. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Pass over the middle is complete to Mike St. Green, and there's our team stat comparison. Fairly even. Obviously, Alamo City having a little bit more luck in the running game so far in this one.
Yeah, but I think right here, and you're going to see Mike St. Green, Burr finding some space, and as long as he doesn't throw it in J Mart's direction, I think he feels very, very comfortable, because the 2 times he has, it hadn't been very good. But if you're going to hit somebody, you're going to hit Mike St. Green, who's having a huge start to the season thus far.
1st down and 10 in Alamo City territory. Slapp takes that one for a gain of 2. And, Gerald, looking back at last week, John Lynch, everyone's favorite backup strong safety for Houston that just had that block in the back. Actually had a pass interference in the end zone last week against Queen City. It's killing him.
Yeah, he's got to cut him.
he's got to go. Yeah, it's this 2 penalties too many. The doctor in the house, he gets his second catch of the ball game. That one up to the 30-yard line. Moves the chains for Houston. And, Gerald, we've seen them moving the ball efficiently so far in this one, but it's about at this point in Alamo City territory that the first 2 drives, the wheels fell off the proverbial wagon.
Well, maybe that's when you need to get John Lynch in there and cut somebody at their knees and get Jay Mart off the field or something.
Take him out.
I mean, because this is where your problem runs into, right? Jay Mart is just
look at
there to
this.
shut it down.
Slap with a nice gain. Gained 7, breaks a couple tackles, and average yards per play couldn't be any more similar.
Yeah, and the good thing about what they're doing right here with Josh Slap, seeing how they're throwing the ball, they're having more mix of the pass than what they are in the run, because when you have GP Wells go out, right, you need to be able to keep Josh Slap fresh and stuff like that. So you don't want to overwork him, and then as the game goes on, he's going to get tired. So they're using him very well right now.
Damon Simeon talking about the pass that went to DR Sim. Says that pass should have went to Tiberius Bovine. Sim was triple covered. You are a man after my heart with that comment. I can't tell you how many times as the offensive coordinator for the Aztecs, I'm watching my team practice and I see the ball thrown and it's like, I got 3 guys wide open. Let's throw it to the guy that's surrounded by the defense.
It's a challenge.
See what happens. Yeah.
Quarterbacks like that challenge.
Speaking of Bovine, Tiberius Bovine sets up Houston with a first down and goal.
Not only did Damon Simeon yell from the sideline tell us in the chat, but he yelled enough and was like, hey, throw it to the darn tight end.
Hashtag throw it to the tight end, the Hall of Fame tight end.
And specifically Tiberius Bovine that gets him at the 5-yard line or inside the 5-yard line right now. So let's see how many more times is Mr. Simeon going to yell in chat and yell at his teammates from the sideline, and maybe they'll listen.
20 seasons in the league, Tiberius Bovine. The old fella's still going. 6'4" receiver for Houston's second season here. Slap takes the run up the middle. Second down and goal.
And this is where Houston is going to miss GP Wells right here, right inside the 5, because if you start running Josh Slap a lot, he may get need a little bit of air, and he's going to have to come out. So let's see how they approach him. Maybe to get the fullback involved.
Well, Dan Curtis in motion off to the left. The fullback in question. They'll hand this one off to Slap. Slap met right at the line and brought down, wrapped up by Tina Begin. And that was all she wrote.
Here we are. They're third, and they only got, 1 or 2 yards on the last couple of plays. So third and goal, do you come out and do you try to hand it to a running back again, or do you do a swing pass, out route, or even hit Mr. Bovine on some sort of a tight end route in the end zone?
You got the league leader in picks in there in the middle, so they're going to run down to the bottom, and that spin move almost worked, but Rain Rie, a.k.a. Rain Rowe in Louisiana only.
I'm going to call him Rowe because he made a heck of a play right there and shut it down.
he rode his boat right over there and made that tackle.
He sure
Fourth down and goal, 19-yard attempt coming up by Sonny J from the right hash. Kick is on its way. Kick is up. Kick is good. Houston gets some points on the board after an 11-play, 62-yard drive. Are you liking the game so far? Smash that like button and break your monitor. Kidding. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support.
Not only are people getting excited and spilling their drinks, but people
everywhere,
get
man.
Excited and actually
I'm soaked.
Smash their monitors too. You literally condone that. I can just see all the parents here. Mom, I gotta smash that like button.
Yeah, he said smash like button. Punches the monitor. Houston last season versus Alamo City in the red zone. 5 trips over the course of the 2 games. They ended with 2 touchdowns, a field goal, and 2 turnovers. 2 turnovers down in Alamo City territory already in this one, and they've netted a field goal, not necessarily in the red zone where those turnovers, one of them was, I know for sure. I can't remember how far down the field they were with the first one, but definitely on Alamo City's side.
Yeah, Blake Prine right there just coming in right there. I think if he's not right there to make that tackle, I think Brad Jones is still running. Because they nearly had a man on a man, a hat on a hat for the Alamo City side, and if he wasn't there, I think he could have been still running.
Offset I formation now for Alamo City. And Rainstorm getting bottled up at the line. Garrett Evans with the stop, 3rd down and 5.
And that defensive front by Houston right there actually held their ground and actually, clogged up the hole right there, and the running back had nowhere to go, and it allowed the linebackers to be able to come up and clean up the mess.
3rd down. Fennick rolls out to his left, throws back to his right. That's worked a couple times tonight. This time, it doesn't. Trying to hit Garrison Blue, and another drive will result in a punt. Back-to-back drives.
I think he missed a read there. Ace Fennick missed a read right there. I think he may have had another wide receiver a little bit closer. Still a 1st down, but he went a little bit deeper. Had a receiver coming on the crossing route and missed him.
Danny Dimes punts this one away. Ryan Davis calls for the fair catch at the 29-yard line, and we'll send it back to Cameron Irvine at SFL Studios for a game break. Cameron?
Thank you, Mike. Indianapolis on the road in Jacksonville this afternoon. And on 3rd down and 6, watch Colin Pierce. He's going to avoid a sack and then fire down the field. The defender stumbles and falls. And Jeff Banfield's off the races for a touchdown. 7-7. They just started the 2nd quarter. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cam. Ball goes into the hands of Josh Slapp. He'll gain 1. Second down and 9.
Yeah, here we are. I mean, look, they gotta do what they did last drive, but they gotta be able to finish it, right? So, if they can use that same formula they used on the previous drive, I think they'll have some success here.
Short drop by Burr. Gets the pass off to Sim and gets the 1st down. 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
Alamo City brought a blitz, and it was picked up for the most part, but they gave Dave Bird just enough time to be able to find DR Sim right there crossing and be able to pick up the 1st down because they brought pressure, and they almost got there.
First down and 10 now for the Headhunters. Split backs in the backfield. Burr goes up top to one of those backs. It's Slapp. Slapp spins, breaks through one tackle, and then brought down by Bogey Barr, but not before gain of 7. 2nd and 3.
And actually mixing it up a lot more right now. I like what I'm seeing out of Houston right here, right? They're actually doing some stuff in the pass and actually, utilizing, Josh Slapp in a different, unique way now, right? The only problem we have is that when he gets spelled like that or something like that, a backup comes in and he just struggles. Not really.
Not really. Good for a 1st down. Ahmad Galloway says, I struggle, hold my beer. That could be part of the problem. That's not water in his cup.
Yeah, maybe not.
He didn't know he was going to be playing tonight.
I guess.
He thought that Slapp and Wells were going to take care of the bulk. Oh,
whoa.
Slapp that time wrapped up and brought down for a 3-yard loss. Alamo City read that one like a book.
Rob Forker shot the gap and hit him first, and then his teammate come over and kind of cleaned it up. So great play recognition by Forker coming in there and being able to knock him back.
Galloway in the backfield now, single back with 4 wide receivers. Davis in motion down to the bottom. Burr up top, and that one's complete. Climbing the ladder is DR Sim. Was not heavily involved last week. Gerald getting very heavily involved in this one.
Well, that's what happens whenever it looks. I mean, he just got forgotten about last week by teammates, and then Alamo City maybe coming in and say, "Hey, look, man, they're throwing it a ton and deep down the field to Mike St. Green," and Houston's recognized that, "Hey, look, I'll take a one-on-one with the Hall of Famer DR Sim on anybody."
Averaging about 5 yards per play by both teams as we reach the 2-minute warning here in the first half of action. Alamo City here in Houston. First down and 10 for the Headhunters. 4 on the line for Alamo City. MSG down into the slot. Burr 9 of 14 on the day. This one goes back into the hands of Slap. His 14th carry of the ball game goes for 4.
And now it looks like Houston's actually got themselves in Sonny J field goal range here. So if they can just start inching toward it, I mean, but they're not doing anything that's, wrong at all. They're just getting positive yards on just about everything they're doing right now.
High formation on second down. DR Sim playing tight end right now. Oh, look at that nice block. Not quite enough, though, as Galloway gets absolutely crushed after a gain of only 1. Eddie Gage in the chat with a nice observation. Sim needs to retire. A younger Sim would have caught that one-handed, shrugged off the defender, and ran into the end zone.
Well,
he's not wrong.
I think Mr. Eddie Gage can retire himself. I think he's going to die on the field trying to get a pick 6.
Yeah, as soon as he gets that pick 6, he'll retire. Pass over the middle into triple coverage, and that one's complete. Greg Corky gets the catch. Threaded that needle.
He did, and you know what? I know. Mr. Damon Simeon is not too happy about the choice of a pass, but
it worked.
Greg Corky, being the veteran that he is, made the play needed and all the defenders. Had 3 people there.
Absolutely. 3 wide receiver set. Bovine in the middle. They'll throw 2. Bovine gets the catch and gets the first down. First down marker only 2 yards away from the goal line. The tackle made just in between. Fresh set of downs. First and goal from the 1.
And I think that was a hot route right there between Burr and Tiberius Bovine. They knew it was right there. They were playing off and threw it right up underneath.
And from the half-yard mark, Burr in the shotgun.
Okay, let's hope Burr's going to run, because I don't think it's really good to want to pass here.
Burr takes the snap. He will throw. Fires into... Jay Mart was right there.
Oh, he got a hand on it. He got 1 hand. Typically, he's getting 2 hands on it right there.
I wouldn't throw it anywhere near that man. I don't care if the receiver is otherwise the most wide-open man you've ever seen. If Jay Mart is within 5 yards of that guy, I'm not going to go throwing anywhere near him.
Maybe Jay Spawn has this Jay Mart has this respawn ability to just teleport himself instantly to where the ball is.
There's his new nickname, Jay Spawn.
Jay Spawn.
Because he just spawns right in the way of the pass. Burr had completed 8 in a row before that incompletion. He's going to throw again. Throws up top, double coverage, but that one's also incomplete.
This is a very...
There's Jay Mart again.
Yeah, look, and is there something wrong? Like, is there something wrong with, like, the running backs that we don't know about on their previous play, that they just got themselves... They tweak an ankle, or
I don't know. I think
or something. It's a very, very interesting play calling right here.
I think a healthy GP Wells changes
inside the 1.
The play calling. We'll see. Burr under center now, but still no backs.
Just sneak it in. It's worth a try. Sneak it in.
Attempting to take the lead here. Peace down to the bottom.
You got to hit Bovine on a quick slant. That's what I'd do.
5 on the line for Alamo City. Burr over the middle. Touchdown. And Gerald Smith is now Nostradamus.
Well, whenever the play is lined up on defense, they lined up. I just feel like it was a mismatch right there. Short. You don't need to run a deep pass. And what they did exactly that. A really short slant. Bovine needs to get himself in the end zone like head coach Damon Simeon said earlier in the chat. And here they are. They just took the lead.
There they go. Houston's first lead of the ball game with less than a minute to go in the first half. Extra point try by Sonny J. Kick is on the way. And it is good. 13 plays, 72 yards, taking almost 4 minutes off the clock. 48 seconds and all 3 timeouts for Alamo City. Gerald, is that enough time to try to mount a drive? Houston will get the ball to start the second half.
I think Alamo City is going to start off with the run game. I think what they're going to do, they're going to see what they can get on these first 2 plays and then kind of go from there.
See what they get on the return as Roenick brings it out to the 25-yard line. So 75 yards away from the end zone, but not nearly that far away from getting a game-tying field goal.
But they're not in a bad position. Starting out at 25, I think, like I said, I really do think that they're going to see what they can get on the ground for the first couple of plays, and if they get some yardage and they get near the 50, I think we might see them get a little bit more aggressive.
Brad Jones takes the carry. Only will gain 3 and no timeout called, so likely we'll see one more play before heading to the half.
Yeah, we're gonna see how much time they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna waste a whole lot of time. I don't think they're gonna snap it right before it, like the end. But I think they're gonna run another play about the 15-ish second mark,
Garrison,
and then see what they get.
Garrison Blue at fullback and gets the carry. Brings that one up the middle for a 4-yard gain, and I think that will be just about it. Houston just dominating the offensive plays, 41-21, and they will get the ball back after the halftime break. So 20 minutes down, 20 minutes left. Alamo City got off to the lead at first, but then 10 points unanswered.
Yeah, the first quarter seemed like it was all Alamo City, right? They ended up, picking off Houston twice in that first quarter, and Houston was actually in Alamo City territory. But what they did, Houston turned around and says, hey, the second quarter is going to be ours. And out of, they had 2 possessions in the second quarter and scored points off of both of them, reaching the 10-point and actually being able to take the lead. And they've actually haven't, they had 2 3-and-outs by Alamo City in that second quarter, and then right here to end regulation. So 3-and-outs by Alamo City in the second quarter on their 2 possessions. I'm not going to count the one right before half because it was just wasting time out. But Houston really, really stepped up and got their defense in a position to be able to help their offense now.
Absolutely. Jay Mart, halftime player of the game, as the interceptions that he's able to pull off have been key so far for this defense. Let's get a quick look at the injury report for G.P. Wells. Pulled stomach muscles, and he is out for the duration of the game. So Josh Slapp will have to carry the bulk of the load, along with Ahmad Galloway, his backup now. I'm Mike Daggs. He is Gerald Smith. We've got Dwayne Schindler, Zachary Hamburger on stats, Cameron Irvine, our producer. And Houston starts things back off on offense. Dave Burr went 12 of 19, about 160 yards, threw a touchdown in the first half. Gerald also had 2 interceptions. G.P. Wells had the 3 carries before he went down. So Slapp with 14 carries, 23 yards. He's averaging less than 2 per carry. He's got to try to get something going.
Yeah, they're kind of. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna have to go to the air, and they have been successful through the air as of to this point.
Slapp with a nice run to get the second half started. He'll go for a gain of 5 yards. Second down and 5 coming up.
Yeah, where do we start off on first down? I mean, when you're struggling in the run, I mean, you're still going to have to run it. You have to keep the defense, still worrying about the run because they start keying in on the pass, and you could run yourself into some kind of trouble because, you know, Alamo City does lead the league coming in this week with turnovers.
Oof. Slap right into the defense. That time it only goes for a 1-yard gain. Rob Forker waiting for him.
Yeah, and Forker's been having really, really good run play recognition, you know, by meeting the running back at the line of scrimmage.
2 receivers down to the bottom. 7-step drop by Burr, and down he goes, sacked. And the opening drive will come to a grinding halt. Stephen Fellows the second. He gets home.
And you know what's good? Stephen Fellows was coming off the edge, and Jobu McSlim was actually coming right up the middle. They had nowhere for Dave Burr to go. Just a pocket just collapsed, and that's definitely not how Houston wanted to start their first drive after the half as a 3-and-out.
Might be a half sack each for McSlim and for Fellows. McSlim in his first season with Alamo City, 4th in the league. He came over from the Portland Fleet in free agency this past offseason. And his play along with Fellows gets Alamo City the ball back. And they'll start their first drive of the second half. Ace Fennick, you know, he's only thrown the ball 6 times. He's completed 2 passes. That's it. They got to pick the pass game back up. I mean, the run game's been working pretty darn good. Brad Jones averaging 6.7 per carry. Rain Storm averaging 4.5. But their receivers, Montana and Kalia, have catch each. That's it.
Yeah, and that's been the high point of their team, right, up to this point, is efficiency from the quarterback position.
Another gain of 4 from Jones. And, you know, I mean, it's not like they have to go to the sky. If you're averaging over, 4 yards per carry, you can just keep running it all day. But you gotta get some points, as you see some updated stats right there for Brad Jones. You know, their first drive ended in a pick, but, you know, they picked off Houston and were able to go back down and, you know, get a touchdown on effectively the end of their first drive after back-to-back picks. Oh, there's a nice catch right there, getting Montana wide open. But since that touchdown drive, Gerald, they've had 2 drives that ended in a punt and then 1 that ended at the end of the half. So trying to get some more points here.
Yeah, and they're actually doing it right there. And Yayo Montana, and that was the thing where he did, I don't know, it's like an out and up, and he actually got by it, and it was a perfect pass by Ace Fennick. Hit him in stride. Yeah. And I like to call it throwing him open, because that's exactly what he did. Hit Yayo in stride. And now they're actually inside field goal range right now.
Fennick rolls out to the right, throws back left, and that one's incomplete. Garrison Blue, he was open, but hit right as he went to catch the ball. Pass broken up, second down.
Yeah, it was a really, really good pass. And if you Garrison Blue, I mean, you kind of want to kick yourself there, because that is a very catchable ball. Yeah, you had, it was a contested situation there, but you gotta be able to pull those in and help your quarterback.
Offside eye formation.
Oh,
and down he goes. Wow, got right back there. KT Slayer, the quarterback Slayer.
KT Slayer comes in there, almost looked like untouched, just straight beat like the center or the guard or something. But it was like it was no contest. Right up the middle, did a little bit of a stunt. And they pancaked the other defensive lineman, but they just were lost. They had no idea what to block, and it puts Alamo City back.
Slayer's first sack on the season. Now on the edge of field goal range. Can't afford another sack, but they get one anyway. The Houston defense steps up big on back-to-back plays. 4th and 23, and Gerald, I think we're going to see Danny Dimes on the punt.
Yeah, and they ended up bringing a lot of people. There's 6 people they brought, not enough people for the offensive line to block, and now right here, it pretty much takes them out of field goal range when Alamo City was looking really good, to at least for a field goal attempt. Very, very good last 2 plays defensively for Houston.
Yeah, couldn't have drawn them up any better. And there he is, Danny Dimes. Matt Fennick was all warmed up, ready to go, and it's not to be. Ball is going to drop down about the 12-yard line and returned up the sideline, finally pushed out of bounds after a 10-yard gain on the return. So the Houston defense so far today, 3 sacks from 3 different players.
Yeah, and they're actually bringing the pressure, right? Ever since like that first quarter, they've actually turned it on defensively, and Alamo City just hasn't been able to, I mean, they're moving the ball, but they're not able to get themselves in a position to score.
Back on offense, Slap with one of his best carries of the day. In fact, it was his best carry of the day. He'll gain 9 on the first snap of this drive.
Yeah, and if you can keep, Josh Slap fresh with GP Wells being out for the rest of the game, because apparently Mike St. Green cooked too much good food and he's pulled a stomach muscle before the game.
Man, that's how we felt before the Matt Wilson pregame show yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Just eating so much Cajun chicken and shrimp
pasta. Oh, it's amazing.
We just couldn't stop, and then suddenly it's like, well, we got to get on the air, and we're both ready for a nap. Jay Mart. Oh, the heat-seeking missile. They're down in inches.
He was all over the place. He's having such a good start of the season right now. 4 interceptions, making tackles all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's his 7th tackle today. He's very involved.
Big 3rd down in inches, trying to keep this drive alive.
That was a generous spot. I think J. Martin
it didn't look like any gain for me, but yeah, I mean, they'll spot it almost right up at the line to gain. Ball's handed off to Slap, bottled up, but gets through. J. Mart finally brings him down, and another injury on the play, Gerald.
Is that J. Mart?
I think, yeah. Oh, wow.
Holy cow.
Oh,
that
is a devastating injury.
Especially on the defense, especially how productive he has been today and on the season right now. Look at that beard. Since when did Soto got a beard?
I don't know, man. But let's focus on this for right now. I know you get obsessed with the sideline action.
No, he's looking kind of fresh. The beard suits him.
It does. It does. It does. Wow. J. Mart. He's down. We'll keep an eye out for him, see if he comes back.
Oh, man. That's tough.
Burr pumps.
Oh, he's left
and brought down. Blindside sack. Stephen Fellows the second. He gets home. His 2nd sack of the ball game.
And give credit to that secondary, because Dave Burr had nowhere to go with the ball, and Fellows actually just was real consistent, fought off his block, and able to blindside sack him. And look who's right there. Jobo McSlim. I was still kind of applying the pressure up front.
Quite the combo. Defensive line pinches together. 5 wide receivers in the set. 2nd down and 16. Burr throws down the middle, finds MSG. And a big gain on the play. They'll gain 12 yards. 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, and Mike St. Green, I mean, when you need chunk yardage, like we said, coming into this week, he actually had 20 yards a reception. When he chunk yardage, it seems like Dave Burr and Mike St. Green have that connection.
Dave Burr, 125 yards over the middle. 3rd down and 4. Dan Curtis moves up to the line. Burr to throw. Over the middle once again. Tried to hit Tiberius Bovine, but that one's broken up and incomplete. Houston's drive will come to a close. And Alamo City will get this one back.
What a play by Zach Benjamin, the number 22 pick right there. Coming in relief of J. Mart right there. J. Mart goes out with an injury. He comes in and actually makes a really, really good play right there. I think if he doesn't put a hit on that receiver, I think it resets the downs for Houston.
Low snap. But corralled in. Brian Barker punts it. Return taken up to the 23-yard line. Ace Fennick back out onto the field on offense. Have you ever wanted to be a play-by-play or analyst broadcaster? We are looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like yourself to join the team for the next minor league season, which kicks off in just a few months' time. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and get your voice on the call. Draw play to Brad Jones. Feels like it's been a while since we've seen this Alamo City offense. Brad Jones was his 9th carry on the day. That one good for a gain of 3.
Yeah, and that was their best drive in well over a quarter last drive. That ended up just to get themselves in field goal range, and they got pushed back with like 2 sacks.
Rainstorm meandering through the defense. Gains 4 on the play. 3rd down and 3 coming up. And Alamo City now with 3 drives in a row ending in punts, not counting the drive right before the half that ended with no time on the clock. They want to keep this one going. They got to get some more points. Scored only on their somewhat opening drive. There we go. They'll move the chains this time as that pass off the middle to Kalia is complete. We'll send it back to SFL Studios. Cameron Irvine with another game break.
Thank you, Mike. Indianapolis with no timeouts, trying to get a playoff before the end of the first half, and they find it. Colin Pierce to Ryan Roosevelt just before the break. Colin Pierce has 210 passing yards in the first half for Indy. That's more than either of these quarterbacks in this one. 14-10 Indy. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Garrison Blue with a nice catch. Tackle made by Jason Peace. And Rochelle Colston. She's in the chat.
You got to say it like she wrote it.
She gave us a $2 super chat and said, "Smash that like button."
There it goes.
How'd I do?
Perfect. Perfect.
Ace Fennick throws across the middle, tipped and incomplete. Jason Peace on back-to-back plays getting involved. Second down and 10.
Yeah, he made a very, very good play to get his hands on it, because if he doesn't get his hands on it there and be able to knock it away, I think it drops right, as I call it, drop right in the bucket. It would have still been a contested catch, but it still would have dropped right in the bucket to give him an opportunity.
2 receivers up top. Fennick goes that way. Oh, contested catch, but that one is incomplete. Great coverage, I should say. Kai Cash blanketed that receiver.
Yeah, it was a little bit dicey for me. I kind of cringed just a little bit right there. It was a tough throw to make, and it was I think Alamo City was lucky that their the wide receiver actually got their hand on it there. It was a tough spot to throw it.
At risk of another punt. 3rd down and 10. Fennick throws, gets the first down yardage, and breaking a tackle is Kalia. A nice gain on the play, moving the chains.
Yeah, and you see, like, Alamo City, whenever they are throwing it, they're having a lot better success when they're doing, somewhat of a 2 or 3 step drop and being able to get the ball out quick. The longer they wait, it gives the defense of Houston a chance to react to it, and the passing lanes start to close. So I think if they want to keep going, I think they're going to have to keep doing these little kind of quick hitters like that.
1st down and 10, 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Alamo City on a drive. Fennick under pressure, throws, gets it away to Kalia. Only gets back to the line, but we'll spot him with 2 yards just to be kind. Britton getting the tackle.
It looked like Alex Perez was chasing them down, and Fennick had to roll out and just had to get rid of it. He didn't want to get hit.
Through wide receiver set on 2nd down and 8.
Oh,
Fennick, pressure. Oh, no. Oh, wow.
That was
Johnny Barnhart all over it.
That was pressure induced. All those red shirts coming in right there. Ace Fennick says, I got to get rid of it. I got to get rid of it now. And it almost turned into a pick. Ace Fennick is going to have to calm himself down just a little bit.
Appreciate everybody in the chat joining us this evening. Mike O'Neill, Rochelle Colston, Damon Simeon, Bo Martin Jr., Royce Robbins, Gunny in the chat, Michaela Foraker. Prime time? It's probably prime time. That makes more sense. Fennick throws a pick. Guy Incognito. I got Gunny on the brain. Incognito getting the interception. And another Alamo City drive.
Maybe
ends with no points.
Maybe it was a little bit incognito because I don't even think Ace Phoenix saw him there. Just kind of almost threw it right to him. Very, very good man coverage right there by the Houston defense, and they got their second pick of the game, get themselves the ball back. And now it seems like the roles were reversed from the first quarter when, you know, Houston was throwing interceptions in Alamo City territory, and now here we are with Alamo City throwing their first pick in Houston territory.
Well, we mentioned it earlier. This Houston defense has been all over the place, getting pressure, getting sacks. And that time they got a pick. And Josh Schlapp trying to get the offense going again. Still a one-score game.
And you got to think it like I know yardage wide right. Houston is one of the best, you know, coming into this game across the league, but they both just don't give up a whole lot of points. And that's exactly what we're seeing through almost 3 quarters now.
14 completions, 186 yards, and a touchdown by Dave Burr. Second down and 7.
What a throw.
Nice dump down pass to DR Sim. Looked like he just he saw the pressure coming and he just was like, here you go.
He threw it right in between, right? DR Sim beat his man off the line and threw it right in between the DB and the safety right there. Perfectly throw. If he'd have waited a split second later, I think we're looking at a pick 6.
Yep.
But he's able to fit it right in there.
Perfect throw. First down and 10 in Alamo City. Nope. Just shy of Alamo City territory. They're their own 45. Ball's handed off to Schlapp, trying to fight his way forward. Gains 2.
And both these teams have been doing pretty good against the run, right? Houston has been having a lot of success in the passing game, you know, and that's typically not where their success has come from over the course of the first 2 games. It's been from their dual running attack, right? But when you lose one, you say, hey, we got the quality personnel to throw the ball too.
Schlapp takes the carry again, this time a little bit more successful. He'll gain 4. So we see the rushing yard comparison. Houston catching up to Alamo City. And, I think if they maintain this lead, we'll see them continue the run game here in the fourth quarter. 3 quarters in the books. 10 minutes remains here from Houston. The Headhunters out in front, 10-7 over Alamo City. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Big third down for Houston. Burr rolls out to the right. Throws, and that one's, incomplete.
Wow.
Greg Corky, the intended receiver, and gets a shoulder check just for good measure.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure if he even saw it because it almost looked like a straight pitch and catch. He had positioning and everything else, so that's unfortunate. It was an opportunity to reset the downs and get yourself further deeper into Alamo City territory.
Houston with over 100 yards, about 100 yards more than Alamo City total yardage, and it's all in the passing game. Ace Fennick has struggled in this one. 7 of 15, 83 yards, and 2 picks to his credit. Quarterback rating, if it was an age, would be barely enough to rent a car at 24.4.
It's not a very good one. Considering he was one of the most efficient quarterbacks that had thrown no picks coming into this game.
Right. That's the thing that's the most surprising about it is how efficient that he's played through weeks 1 and 2. And Houston's just giving him fits.
So here's an interesting stat, right? Over the course of these teams playing, they've met 20 times. This is their 21st meeting. 15 of the wins have come by the home team. So the home team has dominated this matchup through all the 20 meetings that they've had. So it would not surprise me. You know, these guys play tough at home.
Brad Jones ripped down to the turf. He'll lose a yard. Chris Britton III with another Tackle for a loss is second on the day. 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, and they're going to have to. I mean, obviously they're going to have to throw the ball to kind of get themselves in a situation to pick up a first down. And in situations like this, I mean, Vin Cali is their leading receiver on the season. See if they look for him.
Pressure coming. Fennick, the veteran, gets it done. Throws over the middle, gets it to Calia, gets the first down. An update from the Indianapolis-Jacksonville game. O.J. Bruin has gone down with an injury. Unknown how long he'll be down for. Indianapolis currently leads that one 14-10 over the Kings. It's about midway through the 3rd quarter right now. Interested to see if Bruin comes back. That's a big injury in that one. Seen a couple of big injuries in this one too.
Yeah, Jacksonville had kind of like a big comeback last week too. So having all their star players in there is going to be important.
3 receiver set. Fennick out to the right, throws back to the left. Oh, dangerous pass. Al Ingram III jumped in front of that one, could not haul it in. The ball will fall harmlessly to the turf, 2nd down. But more errant throws from Fennick.
Yeah, it was. And it's so uncharacteristic of Ace Fennick. Even over the course of his career, he's been a pretty efficient guy. He just doesn't make a whole lot of bad decisions, and he hasn't had a whole ton of good decisions that he made in the passing game today. Oh, my God. Oh, no!
Fumbled the ball, scooped up by Brad Jones. That one's going to go for a 10-yard loss. They maintain possession, but a 3rd and 20 coming up.
Dude, Kate and Soto's kind of beside himself. He's like, I don't know what's going on. The breakdown right in the middle, and KT Slayer just went untouched right there and hit Ace Fennick. And, wow, now they're in it's 3rd and 20. How many plays you got in your playbook, Mike, that can pick up 3rd and 20?
Oh, at least 14. It's no problem.
It's just a random number. You have no plays that can pick up 3rd and 20.
You might be on to something. We play next week. I can't tell you the truth. Just going to check this one down to Rain Storm. Storm able to gain the fumble yardage back, but that is all. 4th down and 10, and Danny Dimes will be back out for another punt.
I'm not mad at that play call right there.
No,
what
it's a
they did,
3-point game.
Right. So what they did, they just did, Ace Fennick got back there. Hey, look, make your first couple of quick reads. You don't have nothing, just dump it off, and see what happens there. I'd take a running back in space too. So they would pick up 10 yards, but nowhere near enough what they needed.
Dimes with a nice boot, taken back at the 23-yard line, returned up to the 31-yard line. Ryan Davis on the return. 7.5 to go here in this one. And Gerald, we mentioned that Ace Fennick struggled in this one, but honestly, Burr has thrown a couple of picks as well. Burr has the touchdown pass, has completed over 60% of his completions, and almost up to 200 yards. But you see right there with Fennick, 112 yards passing today. He's averaged 251 yards through the first 2 games. This credit to this Houston defense.
Correct. I mean, it's just that right there. It's just, I don't know, man. Him being efficient, and Houston's got the right game plan that they're showing us a bunch of defensive looks that he's just not used to seeing.
Slap with a nice carry. His average has improved. We saw earlier on his average was, that was like 1.6 yards per carry. It's only at about 2.5 yards per carry now, but he's carried the ball 20 times. He's eclipsed the 50-yard mark. Doing a good job when he thought that he was going to have Wells in to help him out, and he's been carrying the workload so far.
Yeah, it's been working out pretty good for him, right? To actually get themselves where they can move the ball and actually, try and sustain some drives and maybe put more points on the board.
Galloway takes it this time, and just carrying defenders forward with him. Rob Forker jumped on his back, but Galloway able to gain about 3.9 yards, 3rd and inches.
And right here, depends on how important Houston sees this right here, and it does look like Josh Slapp is back in the game. And it's got to be either to the fullback or Josh Slapp, and they just take the fullback right out of the equation.
Dan Curtis splits out wide to the right.
Sim.
Nice block by Sim, and it's a good move by sending Curtis down there into the wide receiver role. He's heading downfield for a block. Sim with a good block.
Sim, look, and that's what Hall of Famers do right there, right? Sim knew that, hey, what I'm doing, I'm probably outmatched in man right here, so I'm just going to cut him at the knees and just let my guy pick up the first down.
Galloway.
Galloway
What's up? And it's scooped up by Bogey Barr. He could go now. Breaks the tackle. No, tackled at the 14-yard line. A huge turn of events for Alamo City.
And just when Houston kind of thought they was in complete control of this game, they just pitch it out to the backup running back, and then Bo Martin Jr. have to come right off of his beach chair and into Alamo City this season, causes a fumble. Bogey Barr picks it up, and now they're inside the 15-yard line to potentially tie it up. If Alamo City has anything to say about it, they're actually going to take the lead.
Alamo City has struggled since their second drive of the ball game. They have punted it 5 times and thrown a pick. Now starting out from Houston's 14.
Oh,
and they throw another pick!
The pressure.
Unbelievable. And Fennick is down. Blake Prine with the pick. Fennick injured. It goes from bad to worse to terrible, all in the span of one play.
Wow. And you know who it was right off the edge is Chris Britton III, who's been a menace right there coming off the edge and actually hits Ace Fennick as he's throwing the ball in the back, and now he's out, and who knows for how long. Because, look, and the defense at Alamo City is going to have to step up, and hopefully Fennick, there's really nothing going on with it, and he's able to get himself back in the game.
Burr back out onto the field. He'll go right to the sky, tries to get it to DR Sim. That one bounced out of his hands and incomplete. We've got an update back at SFL Studios. Cameron Irvine, take it away.
Thank you, Mike. SFL action bonkers today. Travis Brown, the backup quarterback for Jacksonville to Kingston Ellington, helicoptered on the catch and the touchdown. Jacksonville takes a 17-14 lead late in the third. Back to you in Houston.
Well, thank you, Cam. Alamo City hoping that backup quarterbacks can be the men of the hour, as they're going to be relying on their backup, Carson Palmer, to see what he can do.
That's a name I hadn't heard in a while.
Not for 20 years.
Well, he's coming in and actually making stuff happen in the other game, actually put his team in the lead in the game opposite ours. But here we are, Dave Burr. Speaking of quarterback, Dave Burr makes a nice connection with DR Sim to pick up the first down.
High formation now. Houston, 7-step drop by Burr. Throws it back to the line of scrimmage to Slap, and he'll gain a couple of yards. Barr with the tackle, and yeah, absolutely bonkers game so far, Gerald. Low scoring, but an immense amount of action.
It's been what I kind of hoped it would be, a low scoring game, right? Defensive battles are downright my best type of football to watch, and it's exactly what we have right here, right now.
Slap gets the pitch up top, and a nice run by Josh Slap. Able to gain 6 on the play. They're down in 2. Gunny says South Division football at its finest. You're not wrong, sir.
And this division, since its inception, has been the division that just beats the crap out of each other all season long, and you get a ton of good teams and talent. That's almost like the SEC, man.
Yeah. Welcome to the finest division in football, Mr. Smith. DR Sim up top gets the first down. Keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, and another perfect pass right there going to DR Sim to coming off right there. Look, and you'll see right there, they kind of bumped in right there, and he kind of threw it right over the corner, right under the safety. And they're approaching, they're right before midfield right here. And look at DR Sim with his, probably, I'm sure it's his first 100-yard game of the season.
First down and 10. Burr throws. Sim catches it on the ground.
He didn't touch him.
I think he was tackled, and then they just beat him up for no good reason. But
it's the South Division. Why not?
Tackle him 2 times on every play. Second down and 4. And the clock continues to roll. I mean, it's only a 3-point game. Alamo City can get back into it, but they haven't scored since drive 1.5, I'll say.
Yeah, and I think this has turned into a situation where Houston is now playing their game. They've been playing their game since the second quarter.
Yeah, they'll go back down into the hands of Slap. Oh, Slap surging forward and rolling over Bogey Bar, getting the first down. And, you know, if Houston plays this right, they'll carry this right down to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, and too much leg power from Josh Slap on Bogey Bar in that situation. So it's able to get itself propelled for a first down.
Split backs now in the backfield. Houston kind of back to the line a little early. Still 22 seconds on the play clock when they got there.
And you know what hasn't been seen is J Mart.
Yeah, he has not come back onto the field. Been looking, but have not seen any sign of J Mart. And with less than 3 minutes to go, I'm thinking he is quite likely done for the day.
And it just go to say how important he was on that defensive side, because they've been going like right up the middle.
I formation now. On second down. Slap.
Oh.
Inside the 30, spins and gets the first down. First down and 10.
The Alamo City defense is starting to look tired right now.
Yeah. How could they not?
Right, they're starting to look tired. They've been out in the field, and I would love to get a look at the time of possession here, because it seems like Houston has held the ball quite often, and the defense is out there for a tremendous amount of time, and now they're just tired. They're winded.
Offside I formation on first down. Galloway takes the carry. He'll gain a couple of yards. And Houston, 71 plays to 45. They've just been in absolute control. And if you think about it, through the fourth quarter, Alamo City had basically one drive that went for 18 yards. Only got one first down in it. Otherwise, Houston has dominated the entire quarter. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go in this one. Houston in control of the football, in scoring range, leading by 3. Alamo City, they'll get the ball back, Gerald, at some point, some way, more than likely. But will Ace Fennick be on the field? That's the big question right now.
Yeah, and that is a huge question right here. Look, and if Houston keeps going on this type of trajectory, Houston has had the ball for 4 minutes right now on this drive.
Slap. Hit, but gains about half of what he needed. 3rd down and 4, and Alamo City's going to start burning their timeout.
Now, if Houston picks up another first down, I think the game is over. I think they're going to do it, and here they are. They look like they're about 4 yards from picking up this first down right here, and Alamo City's got to do something. And the thing right there that's hurting him is J Mort not being in the game. He has 7 tackles and 2 interceptions.
Well, there's a first down right there. Now, mathematically, it's not done. Alamo City will burn their second timeout. They have 1 left. But best case scenario for Alamo City now, they'll get the ball back. Presumably Houston calling some run plays. Alamo City could get the ball back with about 30 seconds on the clock, maybe.
That's if they allow Houston not to pick up a first down.
Correct, yep. And if they get a touchdown, then it's almost all but certain that it's done. If they can hold them to a field goal or even force a turnover here, they've still got a chance. Slap. Trying to get it done right here, and he does. That's it. That's ball game.
And that just shows you how impactful the injury to J Mart was. He was a menace up the middle right there, and the backup that came in afterwards just wasn't able to stop him right there.
Victory formation on the field now for Houston. That first down and final timeout by Alamo City is all she wrote. A defensive battle from the start to the finish. Gerald, 10-7 will be the final in this one. And the Houston Headhunters will advance to 3-0 on the season, up top alone, the South Division. Gerald, your final thoughts on this game?
It was all Houston from the second quarter on. They played great defense and actually forced Alamo City into some tough situations, right? They pressured Ace Finnick, forced them into some mistakes, and unfortunately for Alamo City, he got knocked out on that last play of his where he threw the pick. But Houston just put it to him. It was a classic South Division matchup where they just beat each other up the whole game. There's injuries here and there, but I think what was impactful, at least on this last drive, was the fact that they didn't have J-Mart in the game.
Yeah.
Around the time we left the game, he had 7 tackles, a couple interceptions, and that was, he was the most impactful thing there. And what they were doing, they were actually running, up the middle, right where J-Mart was, where he was, making sure those running lanes were closed and everything else. And Houston saw it and took advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Final snap now coming, and that will bring us to the end of the game. A 6-minute drive that just bled the clock. Alamo City never getting another chance after Ace Finnick throws his 3rd interception of the ball game, goes down with an injury, and never to be seen in the game again. And we don't even know he could be ready to go. They never even got that chance.
Right, and also credit to Houston's offense right here. This is going to be a 6-minute drive to end the game. How do you ensure your opponent doesn't get the ball back and try and score? You don't give them the ball back, and that's exactly what they did.
That's it. Absolutely. And zeros on the clock. That wraps up today's ball game. Alamo City will fall to 2-1 on the season. Houston, they improved to 3-0. Coming up later on this evening, we've got some more SFL action at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. San Diego at Portland with Josh Zirkle and Wade Phillips on the call. Louisiana at Denver with Eric Vincent and Brandon Walters. Tomorrow night, SFL action on YouTube begins with Canton's top-ranked defense welcoming Baltimore to Fatherhood Festival Field at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Other games include Tulsa quarterback Michael Brown's return to Motor City, Carolina, D.C., and L.A., Atlanta. For the full schedule of kickoff dates and times, visit simulationfl.net. Gerald, real quick, your player of the game.
I think the player of the game for me has got to be DR Sim. He actually showed up really, really big this time. You're right. Him producing much like he did, right, and getting himself in a situation with 8 catches. He had over 100 yards. He didn't have any touchdowns, but when they needed a conversion, he seemed to be there all game long.
This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Final score, Houston gets the W 10-7 over the Alamo City Artillery. For Gerald Smith, Dwayne Schindler, Zachary Hamburger, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who will always be with us in spirit. I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy, everybody. Enjoy some more SFL action coming up next right here on YouTube.